show, that is the title sequence. That is the open sequence to every single episode. So for those of you who haven't seen the show, you think you'll watch it now? Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's the answer that I wanted. Okay, you can put it back to black, please. And we're gonna switch back over. But I wanted to get everybody up to speed because what we're gonna do briefly is talk a little bit about season 1. So for those of you who might not be aware, like some of our new people, we have basically a show that was adapted from a comic book, and that comic book was written by Roye. Now, Roye, as I get my tech here together, explain to people how we went from the comic book to the animated series.
It only took, what, 10 years? Yeah, so for those that know, I started writing comic books in 2014. I released my first book in 2015, but Iyanu was actually in chronological order. It was, I believe, my 9th graphic novel. And for me, one of the things I wanted to do was, I have a 4-year-old right now. I don't get a lot of sleep, as you can see. But one of the things that before she was born, I thought about was if I have a baby girl, what is something that we can both either read or watch together in a way where she can enjoy what she's consuming, but also be proud of her heritage as well. I always tell people that Iyanu is sort of like a love letter to my daughter. I'm also a big fan of shows like Avatar and Dragon Prince, but I wanted to tell fantastical adventure stories from the African perspective. So that's how I came up with Iyanu. The rest of this is history. Well, it's not history because we still have more.
I was going to say we have more coming because I have all 4 that are out now.
Yes.
As well as the 5th one. When does the 5th book drop?
The 5th book drops this fall.
Oh, this fall?
Yes.
Okay. I shouldn't have this, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should.
So what I'm trying to also show is that this is like a universe.
Correct.
And you have see what I did there?
Nice.
His publishing company is called Universe. He's got many books. This is just one.
Yes.
And this is the one that you have the deal with Lionforge with.
Correct. Yep.
Do you have any plans to make animated series or shows out of any of the other ones?
Once I can catch my breath from this one, but no, honestly, yeah, obviously, my dream and my goal is to continue to adapt the many graphic novels that I've been able to produce with the support of day ones, people that have supported me since 2015, including Brandon, who was talking on his panel. Like he found me on Kickstarter actually. That's how we sort of met. So a lot of credit goes out to the comic book community. I believe I wouldn't be here today without a lot of support from people who saw me.
Those are all the books, which by the way you can buy at Darker's Comics at the booth after this film. But I want people to understand, because a lot of our shows don't get a lot of the push that we're trying to tell people, but we have the numbers now. So our show, Iyanu, is the #1 kids show on Cartoon Network for ages 2 to 12. It's the top 10 kids series in the show to Showmax in Africa to 44 different countries in Africa. And we're now the #1 show on Showmax, which means we're the #1 kids show in 44 countries on Africa. Now in the next couple of weeks we're going to start announcing some of the other countries we're going to, but I don't really care what Zaxloff does. Our show is fine. Roy's like, she said it, I didn't. So let's talk season 1 a little bit before we dive into all the new stuff. So that's where the books came from. Now let's talk about these kids. So everybody up here, we're gonna ask you a little bit about each one of the characters. I love this shot though, by the way. Mm-hmm. So let's first talk about Iyanu. So, Roye, Iyanu is your baby. Tell everybody who Iyanu is as a character.
Iyanu, what's that? Oh, the pitch. Iyanu is but it's a combination of, I grew up around strong black women, let me just say that. My mom, give it up for strong black women. know, as well. And for me, Iyanu is sort of like an amalgamation of the strength that I've been surrounded with my entire life. I grew up around women who, like I said, are very strong, but also very comfortable in expressing themselves in multiple different ways. Multi-dimensional women who are not afraid to speak up for what they want, not afraid to go out there and pursue the things that they want, but at the same time are still nurturing, at the same time are still loving, and at the same time still want to contribute to community. And this, I believe, is the essence of what this beautiful young girl Iyanu is. And yeah, she has cool glowing eyes and cool tattoos, and she kicks ass, basically. That's who she is.
Let's hear it for listening to Starlight. Okay, so this is B. Brandon, take us through who this character is.
Wow, I mean, he's our, I always say he's our Han Solo in a lot of ways. Very, very sensitive underneath, but a very tough, uncompromising shell because of things he's seen. So he's a fantastic character, very fun to write, so fun to write.
Wonder.
And, but, you know, he has an incredible backstory. For those who've already seen season 1, you already know who he actually is. And if those who haven't, you're gonna get a nice character arc in Biggie here. So he's just a great character, you know, a lovable rogue. Has some kind of weird romantic but playful tension with Iyanu. They don't have to become romantically involved, but there's definitely some spark. I have no idea what you're
This is how the writers room works.
Yeah.
It's just a fight. That's all.
Yeah, no. No, our writers' room was very, very, very fun. And we had great times developing. And speaking of the writers' room, we have 2 of our writers here.
Woo!
Really nice to see everybody. It's been a long time since we've all been in the same room together. Very long time.
Yeah.
So, but he was one of our favorites, and we had a lot of fun. And you know, it was an organic comedy that came out of him and Iyanu, as well as Akun and Toye. I mean, it was just very easy to come up with something funny with him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go on to Toye next.
All right.
Kerri, tell us about Toye.
So Toye is the third in the trio. I love Toye because he is an unexpected warrior. Because he's the bookworm of the crew. So he reads a lot, but because of that, he has a lot of knowledge that the team needs, and that's his power. And I love that he fights for that. In a world where Toye's dad is an actual warrior, and so there's a lot of tension there also. But in a world where they're surrounded by warriors who are fighting, you know, with weapons, etc. Toye's weapon is his mind and his pen, and so I love this guy.
Awesome.
Can I add something to him?
Oh, sure.
If any of you are fans of Star Trek: The Next Generation, a lot of, in my mind, when I was doing stuff for Toye, it came from Worf and his son Alexander's relationship, because Toye's dad is
like Confo.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's very similar to Worf and Alex, for those who know what I'm talking about. So, yeah.
Star Trek came up with lots in the
And Star Wars.
As it should.